All right. So we've got the population of Canada, and it's in millions, right? So 21.3 means there's 21.3 million people in Canada in 1970, right? Okay. So what's the average growth rate per year from 1980 to 1990? Let's start with that one. So we just look at the population 1980, it was 24.5 million or 24,500,000. And then 1990 was 27.5, so 27,500,000. So what we do is we just take our 27.5, subtract 24.5, and we find 3. Well, the population increased by 3 million, right? But that was 3 million.
Oh, I did. I had that correct all along.
Yeah, that was 3 million over the 10-year period. But per year, it's a 10-year period. So if you take 3 and divide by 10, it's 0.3, right? So per year, the average growth rate from 1980 to 1990 was 0.3 million people, or 300,000. That's the same thing as 300,000, right?
Yeah.
So we want to give it from in million people per year, 0.3, right? That's the average growth rate from 1980 to 1990. You okay with that?
Yeah. So how do you get it into 0.3 then? Do you
just divide by 10? It was 10 years.
Oh,
so
okay.
I take my 3 million and divide by 10 because it's 10 years. So it's an average growth of 0.3 million per year, right?
Yeah.
So then interpolation to estimate the population in 1984. So to do that one, 1984 is 4 years after 1980. So I'll just do this just to show the step. So at 1984, I subtract 1980 and I get, 1984. Subtract 1980 and I get, lo and behold, 4 years. And the population is increased at an average of 0.3 each year. So what I do is I take my 0.3 million per year increase, I multiply that by 4, and I get an increase of 1.2 million over the 4 years, right? On average. And so we in it 1980 was 24.5, 1990 was 27.5. So 1984, it's got to be in between these numbers somewhere, right? As an estimate, by the way. So we take our 24.5 and we add that 1.2. That makes sense? And so our estimate is that in 1984, the population was 25.7 million. Okay. Now, if it's more clear, I could do it this way. I could say, okay, take 24.5 and add 0.3 times 4. Okay. And that's another way to write it out. But either way, it's 25.7 million is an estimate for the population in 1984, right? Get with that?